can help you?
Danny D'Angelo, how are you?
I'm well, yourself?
Fantastic. I'm looking at formerly a laundromat, if that's on your radar at all.
It's currently a laundromat.
Currently?
They're operating, yeah.
They are operating. Well, you use that term loosely. I've been doing laundromats for about 15 years, Demas. We are looking to build out some more stores in the area. Pretty simple stuff. You know, I scout existing stores because I don't want to build them from scratch. I don't want to buy existing stores. Those are recipes for disaster. I probably don't have to tell you there's a lot of broken equipment here, which is really paramount to success. It's a bit of a wreck. The other day, in fact, during business hours, they were stone cold closed down, whatever the issue is. And, look, to be crystal clear, I'm not here to talk about your tenant. I'm not trying to push people out to build my empire on their backs. That's not my thing. But when a store falls apart, you as the landlord's rep are looking for a tenant, and what we're looking for is infrastructure. That's the one word. You know, we plug new equipment in. It's costly, but we have those relationships with the distributors, so we're able to do so. And if you use the good equipment, if you run your store 24/7, I could bore you to tears about laundromat operations, but I won't. You tell me. You say that they're operating. Maybe we can talk in 6 days or 6 months or 6 years. We'll be prepared to do so. When do you think that time might come?
Well, it's the landlord that actually owns and operates the building and the laundry as well.
Okay.
So they are willing to, close up shop tomorrow. They have to.
Okay.
So timing should not be a big issue, other than just clearing out whatever they have in there.
Right.
So that's kind of where we're at with that.
The landlord, and I don't want to make assumptions, but I've seen this many, many times. The landlord took over when the previous tenant walked, said to themselves, well, how hard could this be? Let's operate.
Not even that. So from my understanding is the landlord they're in the business of owning real estate. They're not in the business of laundromats. So this is kind of one of those things that they did, I think, on the side for a family member, or I'm not sure the backstory, but they would prefer to either sell the existing business, which most people don't want to do, or sell the infrastructure as is and just pull all the equipment out, or they can potentially vanilla shell it for a new retailer, not laundromat.
Sure.
So.
Well, let me say this: what I hear in your options, we are the fourth option. So A, do nothing or operate as they're doing. B, put a good, strong operator in place. And if I'm right, it's 4,000 square feet?
About 54.
5,400 square feet.
It's 4,900 right now without the restaurant included, but they can do the whole thing.
Right. Okay. Well, I'm going to be spending over $400,000 on equipment alone. So we understand what it takes to be successful. We're not trying to limp the place along the way it sits now. You said buy. Well, we're not intrigued in a purchase. We don't want to buy the infrastructure.
So yeah, they're open to somebody coming in here and basically them taking all their equipment out and then leasing the space as is, or whatever they want.
The issue I have with they can have the equipment. It's junk. So the issue I have with them, quote, taking it out, if the landlord himself isn't going to be doing the legwork, it's a lot of heavy lifting. They start cutting copper. They start, whomever we hire decides, oh, look at all this. This has some value. I'm just laying the groundwork here at the inception of this call. Understand that if they want the equipment, they can have it. It's theirs. There is really no aftermarket for used laundry equipment, but maybe it's sentimental. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not sure what they're going to plan on doing that. But no, they would leave the space intact, so that way basically somebody could come in and do some minor renovations, however they want to do, and have the plugins there, so that way you don't have to spend an arm and a leg to basically
We are 100% on the same page.
Yeah.
Now, let's talk about this area. Let's talk about what is realistic and commensurate. We need a 15-year term because about every 7 years, I'm going to be retooling. So when I operate these stores successfully, and that's what happens to the store. That's why we're having this discussion. It hasn't been retooled. The equipment is aged. It's really quite a wreck. So our intention is to come in, replace every stick, operate 24 hours. We don't paint the walls with bubbles. We paint the place white. That's not glamorous. It's not going to make me rich, frankly, so I can't make you rich in rent. 4,900 square feet. What is your jumping off point? What do you need in rent?
Well, we're asking $1.75 plus about 21 cents strip mile.
Okay. What you should do, probably your third option, I believe it was, which is vanilla the space. Try to put some other retail op in there, maybe split it down the center and get an optometrist in there. I'm just telling you, we cannot possibly, especially at 4,900 square feet, a laundromat cannot sustain itself at $2 plus. Whether or not, and we can get in the whole discussion about, well, this is what the area will bear. It's Montebello, but our customers don't change, and we can't just triple the price of a wash. There is no boutique laundromat. In other words, it is what it is. It's a commodity. But I don't want to stop there. I'd like to keep the option open as they are looking to do something. In my opinion, we are the best plausible operator of laundromats. Why don't I email you? And like I say, to be successful, we need to be close at gross about $1 a square foot. If and when that changes or they want to do something, I'll put it in writing now. I'll send you an LOI. We'll see what happens.
Yes, actually, honestly, that would probably be the best way to do it because I know that they would prefer to get out of the laundry business. And if they have a bona fide offer,
well, I'm not calling for practice.
No, I agree. I agree.
We also do.
I get plenty of practice daily.
We also do. We need rent abatement. Obviously, this isn't McDonald's. We don't have a national name, and let's face it, the way it's operating now, there's no customer base. There's no goodwill. A few people still trickle in, but the folks that did do their laundry there when it was successful and new, they've found another laundromat. People don't just pile up their laundry in a closet. I don't mean to teach you anything, but I don't go to laundromats, so if I were you, I wouldn't get it. So, these folks, these potential customers have found another service center, and what we need to do is have the time not just to open, not the time to spend our money and paint the walls, but it's time to bring those customers back. Honestly, I don't want to come to you 6 months or 6 years from now, hat in hand, begging for a rent reduction. Not my own.
Yeah.
Let us put that LOI together. We're going to ask for 12 months of abatement, and that's not so we can get to 6 or 8. It's because that's what we need to do this. And there's some thinking here on the landlord's part. What's the best email address? Cool. We'll fire you off an LOI, my brother. Hopefully we can do some work together.
I appreciate that. Thanks for the call.
All right. Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Well, what do you think?
Call went well. Sounds like we have a motivated landlord. They're asking high, but hell, I'd ask high and see what I could get.
That's the game.
Let's see if we can get them down into realistic numbers. And, 21 cents a square foot as far as the triple net goes is not too.
Very, very, very reasonable. And that's telling as well. That the triple net and taxes being that low, they're really exorbitant on their rent ask. And they're looking to get out. It goes from, in that phone call, we went from, buy the place to take it for free. So it's pretty simple to go from $1.75 to $1 in my experience. All right, brother, I'll email you the LOI. Let's get her done.
Okay, sounds great. Thanks, Dennis.
Cheers.